Morning everybody, Ocholi Okutepa is my name, and I just want to talk about choices and the principles on which life runs. Very often we don't want to be honest with ourselves to agree that life runs on principles, and we very often deserve where we find ourselves. Now, especially in the context of marriage, where it becomes difficult to sit with the person who's having a difficult time and letting them know quite honestly that you had the opportunity to choose it or choose against what you find yourself in. Because we get very emotional about the process and we want to deny the fact. But here's the deal. On the two core principles of wisdom and discernment, we all deserve the marriage we get into. Alright, you may not even be as honest as the people who say, I saw it coming, or I thought I could handle it. You may even be amongst those who say, Ocholi, I didn't see it coming, I tried my best. The answer to all of that is discernment. Alright, so I'm not here to criticize the married. We all have our circumstances and times that it looks like, did I make a mistake, or should it have been better, or could I have chosen a different person? That all happens. Those are emotions you discard, to face your front and do your business, or emotions that you handle differently. But here's the deal. As a single person, you must take two of them into account. It doesn't matter if the person is too good to be true. You must still go back in prayer. Because when you go to the subject of discernment, you are dealing with a God that knows the things you cannot know. For example, a person is good today, a person is this today, a person is that tomorrow. You cannot use facts to dictate the unknown. And the unknown is tomorrow. The unknown is the future. Alright, so you have a lot of people, some people rather, who make the mistake of dealing with the wisdom aspect, the facts they can relate to, what they can see, what they can perceive, who never take the time to, pray about it and get a spiritual conviction about their decision. It's your decision, yes, but there are spiritual safeguards that you must take into account. That's where a lot of single people miss it. And I'm not talking about something complex. Number one, you should have had a relationship with the Holy Spirit anyway. Because some people come to the subject of marriage and want to hear God in a special way that they never used to. So they get confused because they don't understand what you're saying. Will I have a dream? Will I sleep and see something? Will I receive a vision, a trance, or something? Well, my book, Knowing God's Will for Marriage, available on all our platforms, would help you understand all of that better. But here's the deal. If you're single and not with anybody right now, in fact, you are in the best position. Cultivate your normal relationship with the Holy Spirit. Where does it begin? Read the Bible. Let the Bible speak to you on God's minimum standards, and let the Bible convince you as to who you should be and who you should not be. Let the Bible convince you as to what is God's general, basic minimum standards of life. Then cultivate that relationship with the Holy Spirit. How do you cultivate that? How did you learn to hear your parents, understand them, and speak back to them? You spend time with them. As you spend time with the Holy Spirit, you are going to come to the point where you understand how He speaks to you, and you are going to understand how to interact with Him. So that when it comes to this subject, for example, in my case, inner peace, simple peace of heart. I made my decision, peace of heart made me know that God was not against me. And I felt that peace. I still feel that peace. All right? So that even when the circumstances come, I'm not derailed by the circumstance or feel like, okay, did I make a mistake? No, my peace trumps the circumstance. So it's so important. This message is a very critical message to single people. If you do not engage discernment, you're very likely to make a big mistake.